Hello friends. Today we discuss about electrostatic and a capacitor. What is electrostatic? What is the need of electrostatic? How the capacitor is work? How the capacitor is manufactured? Different types of capacitor and what is the effect of capacitor when we connect in series as well as parallel. First of all, we know about what is electrostatic. So in this chapter, we discuss about how the electrostatic is work. Looks in this figure, you see that there are the two type of charges. Look, electrostatic, it is the fundamentally study about the electrical charges. There are the two kind of charges, positive charge and the negative charge. We know the structure of electrical, we know structure of atoms. The proton has a positive charge, electron has a negative charges. So fundamentally, electrostatic, it is the study about these two charges which is influenced in electrical side and how it is influenced of electrical side. And this electrical charge is the fundamental property of a matter. So how it is useful for our electrical side, this type of electrical charges. So in the next portion, we know that what is the unit of electrical charge. Here you see the electrical charge is measured in coulomb. Unit of electrical charge is measured in the coulomb charges. And also as like a magnetic field, the n pole and s pole means uh, different magnetic poles are attract to each other, same as the unlike electrical charge is attract to each other, and like electrical charge are repel to each other. If I say another word, that if the positive charge are repel to each other and positive negative charge are attract to each other, same as the negative charge are also repel to each other, means two positive charge are repel to each other, two negative charge also repel to each other, but one positive charge and one negative charge are attract to each other. This is the properties of electrical charge as like a magnetic poles. So the next topic is that the laws of electrostatic. Laws of electrostatic. You know that there are so many kind of laws in electrical side. So as on the basis of that laws, means laws gives us the idea about how the materials or how the particular charges are work to each other. So first law of electrical charge is very simple. It is discussed in a previous slide that the two positive charges or two positive charge ions are repelled to each other, and one positive charge and one negative charge are attract to each other. This is the simple law. So first law is, you remember that first law of electrostatic is two positive charge are repelled to each other and two different charge like positive charge and negative charge are attract to each other. This is the first law of electrostatic. Now what is the second law? The second law of electrical charge is based on the force. Based on force. Look, on this in this figure, you see that one positive charge and one negative charge are become the arrow is inside, and two same charges the arrow it is outside. Means what is that? The force extract from the 2 point at the two charges, extract the force at the common point. It is the depends upon product of their strength. Product of their strength means it is said that positive charge has a different strength, negative charge has a different strength. So the force is depends upon the strength of that charge. So The second law is based upon the force of charge, force extracted between the 2 point at between the 2 point. So if the positive charge has a different kind of strength, negative charge has also the different kind of strength. So we know that the first law, that positive charge and negative charge are attract to each other, but it depends upon its strength. So the force is extracted from the 2 point of the charge is depends upon that strength. Another, this is the R. R means it is the distance. So if the charge is far from each other, then force is also, the strength of force is also decreases. So it is also depends upon its distance and also inversely proportional to absolute permeability. What is absolute permeability? We discuss about after the next slide. So the second law is gives us the idea that the force is extracted between the 2 point of the charges is directly proportional of product of that strength of the charge, inversely proportional to the distance of that charge, and also inversely proportional to the permeability. Sorry, permittivity, my mistake. So 3 point for the force, strength of the charge, distance inversely proportional to distance of that charge, and inversely proportional to absolute permittivity. If we combine these three things, and we can make one equation that can easily explaining that law. And this law is also known as Coulomb's law. This law is also called as a Coulomb's law. Now, if we combine this, if we make simplified this sentence into equation, so we have a one equation that F is proportional to Q1 Q2 divided by D square. Q1 and Q2 are the charges, which is defined as a positive charge as well as negative charge, or the both same charge or both a different charge. D, it is your distance, D square. D is your distance, so it is inversely proportional to the square of that distance. So if we remove the proportionality, the equation is become F is equals to K Q1 Q2 divided by D square. And also if we consider the permeability, which is inversely proportional to that, which is written in our law, then the fully finally equation is become Q1 Q2 divided by 4 pi epsilon 0 into D square, where the Q1 Q2 is a charge, D square it is a distance between two charges, and epsilon 0 it is your absolute permittivity. So the force of a two charges, it depends upon the strength of the charges and distance between of that charges and absolute permittivity between two charges. Okay, final, got it? And epsilon 0, it is the permittivity, it is a constant. What is permittivity? That's what we discuss on the next section. Our next section is a permittivity. Now, what is the permittivity? We know we should know how the capacitor is manufacturer. The capacitor is also manufacturing using the dielectric materials. The properties of dielectric materials is to store the charge. You know that the conductor, we can easily flow the current using conductor, but dielectric material, it is the properties that cannot flow the current easily. You cannot flow the current easily using dielectric charge. So the properties of that dielectric material that can store the charge. If you give a potential difference at the edge of the dielectric material, or both the side, one side is positive, one side is negative, so that can store the charge. It is the property of that dielectric materials, and that stored charge, it depends upon the permittivity of that dielectric materials. There are the different types of dielectric material, we know that, but the ability of the store of charge on the dielectric material, it depends upon its permittivity. So the permittivity, it is a unit that gives us that this dielectric material has this kind of permittivity. On that permittivity, it can store the charge in it can store the amount of that charge. So every medium that it possesses of a two permittivity, one is absolute permittivity and it is a relative permittivity. So absolute permittivity, it's a measure on the reference of the vacuum, and absolute permittivity, the constant of absolute permittivity is defined in epsilon 0, and relativity permittivity is defined upon epsilon r. This is called epsilon. So the constant epsilon 0 is a constant, and its value is 8.854 into 10 raised to minus 12 farad per meter. Remember that unit of permittivity is farad per meter, F divided by M. It is called a farad per meter. So the absolute permittivity value is 8.854 into 10 raised to minus 12 farad per meter. You remember this because it is a very important point, not for the exam, but whenever you go, if you want to measure the permittivity, or if you want to measure the charge, if you want to calculate the charge, so the permittivity is very important important unit. So the absolute permittivity and the relative permittivity. Relative permittivity is epsilon, defined in epsilon r. So every material is has a different relative permittivity. Absolute permittivity is always constant for every material, but relative permittivity is different for that every material. If we take a reference as an air, then relative permittivity of air is always 1. But for the different type of dielectric material like a gas, wax, uh, insulating paper has a different relative permittivity. So the relative permittivity depends upon the material, and absolute permittivity is always a constant for the every material. That is 8.854 into 10 raised to minus 12 farad per meter. Now another topic is electrical field. You know that the magnetic field, that the N pole and S pole have a different magnetic field. The field is comes from the N pole and goes to the S pole. So based on, so same as electrical field, if you place the one positive charge which extract the electrical field from the outside, and negative charge is take the force or the take the electrical lines inside it. So if you put on that uh, charges at the one point, then you can see that the force, so you can see that the electrical field is comes from the positive charge and goes to the negative charge, and it will complete the total electrical fields. We can easily we can easily understand using this figure. You see that this is the electrical field and this is the magnetic field. The N pole has taken one electrical magnetic field and goes to the S side, same as electrical field is comes from the positive charge and goes to the negative charge, and this is the complete electrical line, and this is called the magnetic lines. This is the electrical field and this is the magnetic field. Now what is the unit of electrical field? Because it is necessary that what is the unit of electrical field means what are the parameters are depends upon the electrical field, or the electrical which parameters are depends upon electrical field. So here we discuss about the electrical field. Look at that electrical field, which is the property associated points when the electrical charge is present at any form. You can define the electrical field is capital E. Capital E. And it depends upon the force per unit positive charge. Force per unit positive charge. The strength of electrical field at any point is defined as the force per unit positive charge. It depends upon, is defined as E equal to F upon Q. Is defined upon S equal to, and its unit is coulomb. Electrical field, it's in the force means Newton meter square divided by coulomb.